So recently I realized I never did a video on Kid Rock's Senate run. Now, if you don't know who Kid Rock is, he's a singer who's been affiliated with Republican and Libertarian-style candidates when he does get political on the very rare occasion. And he is currently running as a Republican in the state of Michigan. My thoughts are simple. First off, Kid Rock was born into wealth. We all know that. That's a fact. It's provable. But here's the thing that I've noticed. It seems to be this trend right now that people, specifically celebrities, who haven't been relevant for a very long time, because, let's be real here, when was the last time Kid Rock was relevant? Before he tried the Senate run? Heck, before Trump tried a presidential run, he was joked about every now and then, but he wasn't nearly like, oh, everyone knows him, especially a lot of people in the younger generation who supported him. A lot of those people didn't know who Trump was before his presidential run. I imagine it's going to be the same thing with Kid Rock. People will just now start knowing who he is, not know how ridiculous he's been, and then, at the same time, act like, oh man, this guy's always been serious, when no, he's just a washed-up celebrity. You know, he's endorsed Romney in 2012, he endorsed Carson in primaries, he's buddies with Ted Nugent. And that's another one who's like that, Ted Nugent. If Ted Nugent ever tries running for office, that would just be, oh god, that'd be awful to watch. But they're washed up people. You know, people like him, Nugent, The Rock. Well, no, not The Rock. Trump, he's an example. Were washed up, then they ran for office. And if The Rock runs for office, he'd be an exception since he's not completely washed up yet, but he is, to some extent, getting there. I guarantee you by the next decade, if he doesn't become president, people will be like, oh, who's that? Yeah, he was popular at one point. You know, it's just this thing I've noticed where all these people who haven't been relevant or are losing relevancy are trying to become relevant by running for office because it worked for Trump. It's gonna work for us, guys. And that just really bothers me on a level because I genuinely don't think businessmen or singers have the ability to run a country in the same way, especially because you can't run a country like it's a business. You can't. You can't run a country trying to make a profit. That's just not how it works. And there's very little to convince me that Kid Rock's Senate run wouldn't just be him trying to make a profit off the country, probably by taking as much big donations as possible. Now, granted, Kid Rock does have enough money to the point where he could probably get away with not taking corporate donors, but he's still buddies with a lot of the corporate people, so I guarantee you he's still probably going to craft policy in favor of them. I guarantee he's still going to be like, oh, what's this? It's a bill to help regulate Wall Street. Well, some of my best friends are on Wall Street. Yeah, I'm not voting for this. You know, things like that. I guarantee that's what's going to happen. Because that's the type of thing that does happen when you have big people running the system, and now you're just cutting out the middleman. It used to be big people like Trump, like Kid Rock, lobbied the government. Now they're just going to become the government. It makes... Anyway, that's it. I'm Ephrom, and good night.